Today I'll create the logging system. I'm going to use this library, spdlog. It's public and free. It's on GitHub. And so I'll clone it. You can see the different features. It gives console debugging, system logs, gives great examples. And if you want to create a logger object, it also shows great examples. So there's a lot of really interesting things on here. You can get it from GitHub. So I'll go ahead now and clone it into my library folder and set everything up. So to clone this, I'll go ahead and put in git clone, the address, and enter. And then it'll clone the library. There it is. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and include the spdlog, create a namespace, which is simply a group, create my class for the log, then I'll go ahead and add two shared pointers, one for the core logger, one for a client logger, create the init function, and two statics, one for the core and one for the client. And then I'll make some defines, some macros, where I can get the core trace, core info, warning, error, and fatal messages for the core. And now I'll do the same for the client. Then in the CPP, we'll go ahead and use these, and then create the init method. Now in main, we'll go ahead and try it out. So I'll create a warning, I'll create an error, I'll create a variable, test that variable inside the info. This is how we pass the variable right here, the comma and the variable type, the variable name I should say, and then we'll create a warning. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look and see how it works. Alright, so here we go. The warnings are in yellow. The error is in red. The info is in green. And here is our variable. And this is another warning. So everything seems to be working out well. Now that a window has been created, we need to make an event system. So moving the mouse around within the window, clicking in the window, clicking the close box. These are all events that need to be added to our window. Okay, so now I'm going to implement the close box on the window. Now I've chosen to subclass QObject because I like to be separate than everything else. So I'm calling it JCloseEvent, and it will have an event filter in there. And we'll specify that event filter to be specific for the close. So if somebody clicks the close box, this event will be called, and we'll give the object the state in which, once it's deleted, Qt will automatically update and take care of the memory for us. This way, Qt handles the memory, and everything stays within the Qt framework. Now I'm going to implement the key events and the mouse events. So they're all virtual methods, which are re-implemented. They're overridden, and they take a mouse event, a key event, or a mouse wheel event. So we take a look at the implementation. So here they are. For now, all that I'm going to do is just do a trace using our logging framework. And we'll do one for the key, the mouse events, double click, and the wheel event. So it's implemented. Now let's test it out. Alright, so here's our window. We have 5 windows as we did before. And if I click, it'll tell me where the mouse is pressed. If I move my mouse to another location and release, those numbers are different, so it seems to be working. Choose another window. That works too. If I click and release in place, that works. Now if I click on this window, use the mouse wheel, that's working. And now why don't I go ahead and try to close this. So I close it. Now notice the window is closed and the destructor is called. That's where my warning is, in here. That's being called. So let's go ahead and close all of them. That works, that works, that works, and that works. Fantastic. So everything seems to be working perfectly.